It started with whispers, quiet, anxious ones coming from people who knew him best. For months, fans had seen the changes, the tension in his interviews, the sleepless eyes behind the confidence, the distance between him and the world he once ruled. But no one expected the warning to come from inside his own team. Late one night, Italian entertainment portals began to publish the same headline: Yaman's manager issues desperate warning, if this continues, he'll destroy everything. The article quoted a close insider from Cannes' management circle, someone who, for the first time, broke the silence. He's overworked, emotionally exhausted, and he doesn't listen to anyone anymore, the insider said. He's chasing something that could cost him everything: his peace, his love, his career. No one knew exactly what it was. But the name Demet Özdemir appeared between the lines of every rumor. Some said he was haunted by the past, unable to move on. Others believed it wasn't love, it was revenge. In the following hours, the warning spread like wildfire. Fans on Twitter begged him to slow down, while tabloids painted him as a man spiraling out of control. Yet, those who had worked with him recently told a different story, one of obsession, silence, and emotional turbulence. He's not angry, a makeup artist from a recent shoot revealed. He's restless. Like he's fighting a battle nobody else can see. Behind the cameras, Cannes' team was falling apart. His manager, exhausted from constant PR damage control, had allegedly begged him to step away from the spotlight for a while. But Kim refused. "If I disappear now," he told him, "they'll think they've won." Who they were remained a mystery, perhaps the same people who once pressured him to stay silent about his past with Demet. Or maybe the new voices surrounding Sarah Bluma, who now dominated headlines with her perfectly polished image. For weeks, Ken had been rejecting interviews, turning down sponsorships, and even arguing with producers. It wasn't arrogance, it was something deeper, darker. His manager's words were leaked in fragments: he's becoming self-destructive. He thinks he can fix everything on his own. But if he keeps pushing like this, there won't be anything left to save. The line hit the internet like a thunderclap. Fans cried. Journalists speculated. But Ken stayed silent. As if the entire world was shouting, and he'd gone deaf to all of it. What no one knew, however, was that this wasn't just a warning. It was a plea. A final attempt from someone who had seen the man behind the myth, and knew that something, or someone, had broken him in a way no fame could repair. The morning after the leak, the entertainment world was in chaos. Every outlet in Turkey and Italy ran the same story with slightly different headlines, but the meaning was identical. Yaman's manager had reached a breaking point. While fans argued online, trying to decode what the desperate warning meant, people close to Ken knew it wasn't just drama, it was a real cry for help. The manager's statement, never meant to go public, came from a private email chain that someone inside the team had leaked to the press. One line stood out above all: he's on a path that leads nowhere but ruin, emotionally, professionally, and personally. And if this continues, he'll destroy everything we've built. The email was signed simply with initials, M.A. Within hours, every journalist was hunting to confirm who M.A. was. By midday, it was obvious: Marco Alessi, Cannes' longtime manager, the man who had guided his career from Turkish television to global fame. For years, Marco had been his silent guardian, negotiating deals, keeping the chaos away, protecting the man behind the spotlight. But now, even he couldn't protect him anymore. A source close to Marco told La Repubblica, Ken stopped listening months ago. He's not sleeping, he's skipping meetings, and he's obsessed with fixing things that don't need fixing. He thinks everything is a fight: the press, the studios, even himself. Meanwhile, Cannes fans began connecting dots. Around the same time the email leaked, a new video surfaced. Ken leaving a late-night meeting in Rome, visibly angry, slamming the car door shut as someone shouted after him, "You're risking everything." The clip went viral. Comments poured in: "He's not okay. Something's eating him alive." But while the internet speculated, Marco went silent. He stopped taking calls, cancelled public appearances, and reportedly left Italy for a few days. Some said he was ordered by Can's lawyers to disappear. Others believed he simply couldn't watch the self-destruction anymore. In Istanbul, things grew darker. Can began spending more time alone, avoiding his usual places. A journalist from TV 100 described seeing him outside a cafe late at night, sitting by himself with his phone off, staring at the ground. He looked like a man who'd lost a war, the report said. Then, a shocking development hit the press. A voice recording, allegedly between Marco and a close friend, was leaked anonymously. In the audio, Marco could be heard saying, "He doesn't trust anyone anymore. Not me, not his team, not even himself. I tried to warn him, but he thinks he's invincible. He's not. He's breaking." The recording ended with a pause, and then the most haunting line of all, "It's not Demet or Sarah that'll destroy him. It's him." When those words hit social media, everything exploded again. Fans were divided, some blamed Marco for betraying him, others thanked him for speaking up. But deep down, everyone knew one thing: the warning was real. And the man it was about had heard every word. Because that night, on his private account, Yaman posted a single black screen with a line written in white, "You think I don't know? I've seen it coming too." The next 48 hours felt like watching a storm build in slow motion. Everyone could feel the tension, but no one could stop it. After the leaked recording, the silence between Yaman and his manager had become deafening. Reporters surrounded his house, fans filled comment sections with prayers, and industry insiders whispered one terrifying question: was this the end of Yaman? For years, Marco Alessi had been his anchor, the man who knew when to pull him back before he went too far. But now, even Marco was the enemy in Can's eyes. According to a source close to the team, the argument began days before the email leak. Marco told him to walk away from everything, from the fights, the contracts, even from Sarah, the source said. He begged him to rest. But Can just said, "If I stop now, I'll lose who I am." The confrontation between them happened in Rome, inside a luxury hotel where they'd been meeting producers for a new project. The tension was so heavy that hotel staff later admitted they could feel the anger in the air. Witnesses said voices were raised, and someone slammed a door so hard it shook the hallway. When the news broke, Demet Özdemir was filming in Greece. Her assistant showed her the leaked audio, and for a moment, she froze. "It's not him they're fighting about," she said quietly. "It's what's left of him." That night, she posted a single sentence on her Instagram story, white text on a black screen. "Sometimes you have to lose yourself to find what's worth saving." Within minutes, her words trended worldwide. Fans flooded her comments, connecting it to Can's crisis. But Demet didn't respond. She didn't need to. Meanwhile, Marco tried to reach Can through mutual friends. "You need to talk to him," one told Can's assistant. "He's still trying to protect you." Can's response was cold. "Protect me from what? From the truth?" The following day, Italian paparazzi caught Can leaving a gym, visibly exhausted, wearing dark glasses and a hood. When a reporter asked if he'd fired his manager, Can stopped, looked straight at the camera, and said, "You can't fire someone who already gave up on you." The video exploded online. It was raw, defensive, and painfully real. That sentence, "gave up on you," became a viral trend across TikTok, used by fans to express heartbreak and betrayal. But the damage went deeper. By the end of the week, multiple Italian networks reported that Marco had officially ended his contract with Can. The statement read, "After years of collaboration, we have decided to part ways. I will always wish him success and peace." Yet a journalist from Corriere della Sera claimed something more, that Marco had written a private letter to Can before leaving. No one saw it, but insiders said it ended with one haunting line: "If you keep running from your pain, one day it'll catch you. And when it does, there won't be anyone left to pull you out." When asked about it, Can refused to comment. But that night, his neighbors in Istanbul reported seeing him outside his balcony, pacing under the rain, alone, smoking, lost in thought. And somewhere, far away in Rome, Marco Alessi was seen boarding a flight, leaving behind not just a client, but a man he once called family. The world thought it had seen Yaman at his lowest, but what came next silenced even the loudest critics. After Marco's departure, the actor's life turned into a quiet storm. No interviews, no events, no smiles. Just shadows. Weeks passed with no trace of him. Then suddenly, a photo surfaced, grainy, taken by a fan in Istanbul. Ken was sitting alone on a bench near the sea, hood pulled over his head, staring at the waves. The caption read, "He looks like a man who's carrying more than fame can hold." That image broke the internet. Fans flooded social media with prayers, begging him to come back stronger. But behind the scenes, the situation was darker than anyone imagined. Sources close to his inner circle revealed that Ken had refused multiple international projects, including one that could have marked his Hollywood debut. "He doesn't care about money or fame anymore," a friend said. "He's haunted by everything he lost, not just his manager, but himself." Then, out of nowhere, a new leak hit the press. A private message sent by Marco Alessi to a journalist before he left. "Don't hate him for falling apart. You would too, if you'd been told to bury the truth for years." Those words hit harder than any scandal. Fans began connecting the dots between Marco's warning, the mysterious truth, and the one person who had always been at the center of it, Demet Özdemir. Demet, meanwhile, had been watching everything in silence. She hadn't mentioned Ken for months, but those close to her said she was deeply affected. Her assistant told Hello! Turkey, she never stopped caring. She just stopped talking. One night, during a live charity broadcast in Rome, Demet was asked a simple question by the host: "If you could say one thing to someone you used to care about, what would it be?" Her answer stopped the show. "I'd tell him that no matter how far he's gone, the door he's looking for was never locked." Within minutes, the clip reached millions of views. Fans knew exactly who she was talking about. The next morning, Kim posted for the first time in months. No caption, just a short video of the sunrise over the Bosphorus, waves crashing gently, with soft piano music in the background. But in the corner of the screen, 3 words appeared in white: "Still trying, Demet." It was enough to send the world into a frenzy. That single post became the most liked of his entire career. Comment sections flooded with messages of hope, heartbreak, and forgiveness. "He's fighting his way back," one fan wrote. A week later, Ken appeared unexpectedly at a youth charity event in Istanbul. He spoke briefly, voice steady but emotional. "Sometimes you need to lose everything to understand what was real." When the crowd applauded, he smiled faintly, looked into the cameras, and said one final line that left everyone speechless: "Thank you to those who never stopped believing. Even when I did." And in that moment, it was clear. The warning had come true, he had destroyed everything. But from those ashes, he was building something new. Weeks passed after the charity event, but something had changed in the air. The storm that once surrounded Yaman had finally begun to calm, not because the world had moved on, but because he had. The man who once lived inside noise had finally found comfort in silence. He was no longer chasing redemption or headlines. Instead, he was chasing peace. Tabloids tried to revive old stories, dragging Demet's name back into the light, but for the first time in years, neither of them reacted. They didn't deny. They didn't explain. They simply lived. One evening, a photo surfaced, blurry, taken by a passerby in Rome. It showed Ken sitting at an outdoor cafe, smiling quietly at someone across the table. When the camera zoomed in, fans realized who it was: Demet. No bodyguards, no cameras, no entourage. Just 2 people talking softly as the sun set behind them. The image broke the internet. #WorldInShock, #Ken and Demet reunited, and #Forgiveness in Rome trended globally within minutes. But for once, the story wasn't about scandal, it was about peace, about something that felt beautifully human. Neither of them posted a thing. No captions. No explanations. just silence. A few days later, an Italian magazine published an exclusive feature titled "The Meeting That Changed Everything." The journalist described it as not a reconciliation, but a recognition, two souls acknowledging the war they both survived. When asked for a quote, Ken refused interviews, but sent a short handwritten note instead. "The world tried to define us, break us, rewrite us. But the truth was never theirs to own." Demet, in a rare moment of openness, said something that melted millions of hearts. "There's no anger left. Only gratitude. For the love, for the lessons, and for the silence that finally brought us peace." The article ended with a simple line that would be remembered for years: "They didn't need to say they forgave each other." The look in their eyes said it all. Weeks later, Ken and Demet were seen attending a film premiere separately, but when the cameras caught them crossing paths on the red carpet, they smiled, nodded, and kept walking. It wasn't dramatic, it wasn't staged, it was genuine. Two people who had finally outgrown the pain that once defined them. That night, Kim posted one last message on his Instagram story: "Not all endings are sad. Some are just quiet." And then, as if the story had completed its final circle, he deleted every post that came before it. The next morning, Demet posted a single heart emoji, nothing else. No one said it out loud, but everyone felt it, after years of chaos, of warnings, of heartbreak and rebuilding. The two people who once lived inside the world's loudest storm had finally found peace, in silence, in forgiveness, and in truth. Because sometimes, the most powerful comeback is not revenge, it's peace.